Hello everybody, Dr. Scott U-Haul here. Welcome to 2024 and the January edition of the Wealth of Health newsletter. And instead of talking about resolutions, which is what commonly happens in January, we're going to interview Shawn Flynn, COO of Phil Long Dealerships, and he's going to give some of his insight about the benefits of health, fitness, and his perspective overall being a coach in football and how all of that can influence the quality of your life day in and day out, even while you're working here at Phil Long. In addition to interviewing Shawn in this edition, I'm going to tell you about a really nice contest that we're going to start today, and it runs through the end of February. So don't go anywhere because lots of details for that, and you can also win some nice prizes. And now I'd like to introduce Shawn Flynn and get his perspective on being healthy, being well, being physically fit. All of those influence the day-to-day activities and the productivity that we get here at Phil Long.
I'm Shawn Flynn. I'm the Chief Operations Officer for Phil Long Dealerships. I've been here for 27 years now. Well, I think it all started with Jay. You know, Jay was an employee here. He was the employee here in 1975. So, and was running the company at that point. It was just Phil Long Ford of Motor City and grew from there. But I think his commitment to health, just in practice and what he's done, hiring Scott U-Haul, hiring or putting in a lot of our stores. You know, you look at the equipment that we have state-of-the-art equipment. And I think, a big part of that is because we believe as an organization that a healthy employee is a happy employee. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I love coaching football. I love the game of football, and I love coaching. I love, helping somebody grow and improve and, whatever they're interested in that case, football. And yeah, I see where players become better when they've got collectively have a goal and they go work towards that goal. I think it applies to us here in the workplace as well. But in that case, when you're talking about, football or any sport for that matter, I mean, staying healthy, why do they still have physical education in schools? My best friend in the world is a PE teacher, and, it's still a pretty important part of the curriculum, and it's an important part of the curriculum because it's really important to your overall health. I think sometimes people forget about that, but it's a pretty big deal. Well, I think the important thing is to find out what works for you and when the best time is that you can get it in. I think one of the things we say around here all the time, just related to the workplace, is what's important to you, you're gonna make time for it, right? And that that includes everything we do on a daily basis as people working in this dealer group, but it also applies to your personal health. And years ago, probably 15 years ago, I really decided, for me personally, I realized that if I don't get up early and get this done, I'm not doing it. I'm usually washed by the end of the day. I don't want to continue to try to do more by the time I get home. And, my wife would like to see me when I get home. And so, and I was raising kids for a lot of years there. That made it difficult. The football thing also gets in the way in the fall for 3 months in the fall. But I found that for me, if I get up early, that's my time. And it gives me, not only the health benefit of getting up and getting moving and, getting my heart rate going, maybe, working different, parts of my body or whatnot in the gym, but it also just helps my mental state and my stress load. Because you carry a lot on a daily basis. We all do. And so being able to get up early in the morning, start thinking about my day, all of us have a lot of personal interaction throughout the day with whoever we're working with, and that can be stressful depending on what's going on. So being able to kind of think through that in the day, prepare for it a little bit, it's invaluable to me. I can't imagine not doing it. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger says, don't think about it, just do it. And you can kind of picture that in his accent, him saying that. But I think it's really true. And for me, I'm usually tired in the morning as anybody else when that alarm goes off early. But, you know, you just don't think about it. Just get up and do it. So that's how I've been able to fit it in. Well, I think every single one of us has our own unique schedules and our own unique obstacles, right? You know, whether it's family, and it's not a negative obstacle, it's there, right? If you have 2-year-olds in the house or, you know, young kids, you're going to have to kind of work around that, right? If you're taking care of a parent, if you've got other commitments that you've made that you're doing after work, you got to work around that. And I think, you know, I look at the people that I work with every day. I mean, Kevin Shaughnessy, he goes out, he just makes time when he gets home. For him, it's when he gets home. So he'll get home, and no matter what happens, he's going to go for a long hike. You know, he's not going to a gym necessarily. He's just going for a hike. And it's a long hike. I mean, he sends me pictures from tops of mountains, and, you know, sometimes it's in all kinds of different weather situations and you know, crazy time. I wouldn't do that. I have no desire to do that, but that's kind of my point. You know, you have to find out, one of the things, what you enjoy doing. And if I can make one more point about that I think is very important. I think a lot of people think you got to go out and like do this crazy workout, and you don't. I mean, you got to do what makes you happy and what you enjoy doing on a regular basis. Kevin going hiking. I like to go and lift weights a little bit, but I'm not lifting weights like some bodybuilder. I'm lifting weights just so I can feel a little bit better, feel like I'm awake, and then, you know, get back home and shower and get into work. And I think, you know, if you kind of look through the people that have been able to sustain it long term, it's like everything else. You're doing something that you love. So figure out how to make some exercise time for yourself, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes. And make it something that you want to do. You know, I watch Agnes go for walks with Karen, my assistant Kimberly. I see her going for walks. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. Just find what you like and what works for you.
Hey, Shawn, thank you very much. That was great insight, and I would like to personally say thank you on behalf of the employee base here. We've got a company that's got fitness centers. We've got EAP programs. We've got tremendous benefits for our employees, and it just goes to show how much we truly do care about our employees. Hey, now let me tell you about this contest. Instead of setting resolutions and trying to meet those, the reality is by the second month, 90% of the people have dropped their resolutions. So instead of that, we're going to play a game. And you may or may not know this, but it's National Personal Training Month. It's National Walk Your Dog Month. It's National Soup and Sample Month. It's National Hobby Month, and it's also Dry January. And with that, I'd like to leave you with a really nice link below about the benefits of quitting alcohol. But getting back to the contest, long story short, working out with me, using our fitness centers, taking a picture of your favorite soup and sending us a recipe of that, walking your dog and taking a picture of that, and then also getting a picture while you're doing your favorite hobby. And again, golf is not a hobby, it's an addiction, so you can't do that. But anything else, please feel free to send that to us. And you can see below how you can earn credit or poker cards for doing these kinds of things. So I'm really excited about this contest. And like I said, resolutions go by the wayside, but let's put a little fun, a little camaraderie, and a little excitement into 2024 in this program, and let's really see what we can do to improve our health and quality of life. And I'd love to help you. So with that, welcome to 2024, and I'll see you soon.